John Muir once said, "In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks." It's a beautiful thought, but let me ask you this. Did John Muir ever have to book a campsite 6 months in advance at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday, only to lose it to a bot and then sit in 6 hours of traffic to get there? Yeah, I didn't think so. California's sheer scale and geographical diversity make it one of the most spectacular and varied camping destinations on the planet. I've spent more nights sleeping on California dirt than I have in my own bed some years. I've seen the good and the bad. I'm going to give you the real deal, recommended campgrounds, what it actually feels like to be there, can't-miss activities, and some pro tips, and I'll share the one major con that nobody talks about. Let's get into the top 10 best camping spots in California. Kicking off our list at number 10 is the place that shouldn't exist. Squeezed between the mega mansions of Newport Beach and Laguna Beach, Crystal Cove is this miracle of undeveloped coastline. You've got 3 miles of pristine beach, 2,400 acres of backcountry wilderness, and campgrounds that let you hear the waves from your tent. The vibe here is suburban escape pod. It offers 2 distinct camping experiences in one park: easily accessible bluff-top car camping and a more rugged backcountry experience. Down at Morro Campground features 57 sites perched on a coastal bluff. It feels like a mini vacation for OC locals. It's clean, it's organized, you've got families grilling, and everyone's there for that $1,000,000 ocean view. With amenities like flush toilets, token-operated showers, and sites for both tents and RVs, it's an incredibly popular and comfortable option for families. But here, the noise is the major con, specifically the Pacific Coast Highway. If you're at Morro Campground, you are right on the PCH. But if you hike 3 miles from the parking lot to Lower Morro, Upper Morro, and Deer Canyon, the vibe shifts. It's quiet, it's rugged, and it feels like you're 100 miles from the nearest freeway, even though you can probably still get cell service. Located an uphill hike of 3 to 4 miles inland within the park's 2,400 acres of wilderness, it's best for beach lovers, beginner backpackers looking to test their gear, families got easy coastal getaways, and anyone in the greater Los Angeles or San Diego areas wanting a quick but beautiful dose of nature. At low tide, explore the marine life in the tide pools. Hike or mountain bike on more than 15 miles of trails through the backcountry canyons. Take a walk through the Crystal Cove Historic District, colony of 46 rustic cottages from the 1930s and 40s, and grab a meal at the beachfront Beachcomber Cafe. And of course, enjoy the 3.2 miles of beautiful, sandy beach. And did you know? Why don't they tell scary stories at Crystal Cove? Because the only thing that goes bump in the night is a Lamborghini shifting gears on the PCH. Coming in at number 9 is the beast of the California State Park system, Anza-Borrego. We're talking 600,000 acres of raw, untamed desert. It's a rugged, sprawling landscape of badlands, slot canyons, hidden palm oases, and those crazy giant metal sculptures that look like something out of a Mad Max movie scattered around the town of Borrego Springs. As California's largest state park, the vibe is pure, unadulterated freedom. This is one of the last places in California where dispersed camping is not just allowed, it's encouraged. Blair Valley is a prime example of Anza-Borrego's renowned open camping policy, which allows camping for free along most of the park's 500 miles of dirt roads. It feels wild, remote, and beautifully lawless. During the wildflower bloom, it's a frantic, joyful pilgrimage. To catch the famous wildflower bloom, timing is everything, and you need to do your homework. The bloom's intensity and timing vary dramatically each year based on winter rainfall. But for the rest of the year, it's just you, the stars, and the howl of the coyotes. Borrego Palm Canyon Campground is the park's primary developed campground, offering a comfortable and accessible base featuring over 100 sites, some with full RV hookups, and providing amenities like flush toilets and token-operated showers. Squeeze your way through the Slot, a stunningly narrow siltstone canyon, and hike the 3-mile loop to the lush oasis in Borrego Palm Canyon, keeping an eye out for peninsular bighorn sheep on the canyon walls. Explore Goleta Meadows, including the 350-foot-long Sea Dragon. For an epic sunset, drive the sandy road to Fonts Point, known as California's Grand Canyon, for its breathtaking views over the Borrego Badlands. At number 8, we're heading to the set of basically every Western movie ever made, the Alabama Hills, one of the most cinematic landscapes in California. This isn't your typical mountain or forest camp. It's a surreal jumble of smooth, potato-like boulders plopped at the base of the jagged Sierra Nevada. The backdrop, with Mount Whitney towering over everything, is just absolutely epic. The vibe here is photo shoot. Seriously, every single person has a camera, and for good reason. It's a playground for photographers, van lifers, and climbers. The signature experience in the Alabama Hills is dispersed camping. Until recently, you could camp almost anywhere, but due to increased popularity, camping is now restricted to a series of designated dispersed campsites, located along Movie Road and other dirt tracks. Tuttle Creek Campground is the closest developed campground and the perfect alternative. It offers over 80 first-come, first-served sites with fire pits, picnic tables, potable water, and restrooms for a modest fee, all while still providing fantastic views of the Sierras. The most iconic hike is the easy 0.6-mile loop to Mobius Arch, which perfectly frames Mount Whitney in its opening, creating a classic photo opportunity. The major con is that it's been Instagrammed to death. What used to be a freewheeling camp-anywhere zone has been ruined by overuse. Now you're forced to camp in a limited number of designated sites, which, according to locals, get packed out incredibly fast. People drive around for hours looking for a spot. The most critical tip for any visitor today is that you are now required to obtain a free online permit before camping, and you can only camp in marked, designated sites. Cracking number 7 is the jewel of the Sierra, Lake Tahoe. We're talking about the largest alpine lake in North America, with water so clear and blue it looks like the Caribbean. You're camping at 6,200 feet, surrounded by pine forests and granite peaks. But you can spend your whole day at the beach. It's the best of both worlds. The vibe is summer camp for all ages. It's energetic, social, and a little bit bougie. You've got speedboats on the water, families on paddleboards, and packed beaches. Emerald Bay State Park is perched on a bluff with views of Lake Tahoe. It's one of the most photographed places on Earth, and camping here means waking up to that postcard view. Next, Camp Richardson Historic Resort offers a more amenity-rich experience perfect for families. Traditional campsites, a full-service RV park, a hotel, a marina, a restaurant, and an all-important ice cream parlor, all within walking distance of the beach. D.L. Bliss State Park is legendary for having some of the most beautiful sandy beaches on the lake, including Lester Beach and Callawee Cove, and provides access to the famed Rubicon Trail that hugs the shoreline. Rent a kayak or stand-up paddleboard to explore the placid, turquoise waters of Emerald Bay. Hike to the top of Eagle Falls for a stunning view of the bay from above, or take the trail down to tour the unique Scandinavian-style Vikingsholm Castle. For a longer trek, hike a section of the 165-mile Tahoe Rim Trail. The biggest con, without a doubt, is the crowds, and I mean crowds. Locals will tell you it's extremely packed and a tourist spot. The best way to have a more enjoyable trip is to visit during the shoulder seasons of September or early June, when the weather is still beautiful but the crowds have thinned. If summer is your only option, book a midweek trip to avoid the weekend rush. At number 6, we're entering the land of giants. Sequoia and Kings Canyon are two parks managed as one, and they are home to the biggest trees on the planet. Not the tallest, the biggest. Standing next to the General Sherman tree is a truly humbling, neck-craning experience. It's like Yosemite's quieter, more introspective sibling. The vibe is ancient and peaceful. It's less about the dramatic, in-your-face granite of Yosemite and more about the quiet majesty of the groves. The Lodgepole Campground is the park's most popular and centrally located campground. Nestled along the Marble Fork of the Kauai River at 6,700 feet, it offers excellent access to the Giant Forest, Morro Rock, and the General Sherman tree. With over 200 sites and nearby amenities like a market, showers, and visitor center, it's the perfect base camp for exploring the heart of Sequoia. Deep within the canyon, Sentinel Campground provides a distinctly different experience. At a lower elevation of 4,600 feet, it's warmer and situated right on the banks of the South Fork of the Kings River, surrounded by towering granite walls. For a strategic location between both parks, Azalea Campground in the Grant Grove area is an excellent choice. It's within walking distance of the General Grant Tree and is one of the few campgrounds in the parks that is open year-round. Hiking the Congress Trail through the heart of the giant forest. Climb the 350-plus steps carved into the granite of Morro Rock for one of the most spectacular panoramic views in the Sierra Nevada. Drive your car through Tunnel Log and walk the gentle loop around the Zumwalt Meadows. The major con here is the driving. The parks are huge and the roads are incredibly long, steep, and winding. Proper food storage is not a suggestion. It's a strict 24/7 requirement. Black bears are extremely active in these parks, and every campsite is equipped with a metal food storage locker for a reason. Halfway through our list, at number 5, is not a campground, but an experience. Dispersed camping on the ridges above Big Sur. Forget the crowded state parks down on Highway 1. We're talking about driving up winding dirt roads like Nacimiento-Ferguson to places like Pruitt Ridge, where you can pitch your tent for free, high above the fog, with a 100-mile view of the Pacific Ocean. The vibe is top of the world. It's rugged, it's wild, and it feels like a secret that only the most adventurous know about. It's quiet, the stars are insane, and the sunsets are some of the best you will ever see in your life. The famous Pruitt Ridge is the most iconic of the Big Sur ridgetop camping areas. It offers numerous informal sites along a ridgeline with 360-degree views of the mountains and the ocean below. Other nearby forest roads, Plaskett Ridge Road and South Coast Ridge Road, offer similar dispersed camping opportunities. It's a destination for incredible sunset and sunrise photography, stargazing in skies free of light pollution, and simply soaking in the immense solitude. This is not a beginner's destination. Come over-prepared. A high-clearance vehicle is strongly recommended. An AWD or 4WD is often necessary. The con is that it's being loved to death, and the lack of facilities creates huge problems. There are no toilets, there are no trash cans, and because it's become so popular on social media, the area is getting hammered. Our number 4 spot takes us to the misty, magical forests of the North Coast. Redwood National and State Parks are home to the tallest living things on Earth. The parks are a unique collaboration between one national park and 3 state parks, creating a mosaic of ancient groves, fog-shrouded canyons, wild coastline, and open prairies, where herds of Roosevelt elk roam freely. The vibe is primeval and damp. It's quiet, it's lush, and everything is covered in a layer of green. You might see a herd of Roosevelt elk in a meadow one minute and be on a wild, foggy beach the next. Camping here is a humbling, almost mystical experience of dwelling in a primeval world of colossal coast redwoods, some soaring over 350 feet into the sky. Located in the northernmost park, Jedediah Smith Campground offers campsites situated within a magnificent old-growth grove, directly on the banks of the wild and pristine Smith River. Gold Bluffs Beach Campground offers a completely different environment. This small, primitive campground is set right on a remote, driftwood-covered beach at the base of dramatic coastal bluffs. The access road is unpaved and not suitable for RVs or trailers. In Prairie Creek Redwood State Park, Elk Prairie Campground lives up to its name, renowned for the herds of Roosevelt elk. The absolute must-do is the hike through Fern Canyon's 50-foot Walls Drive through Newton B. Drury Parkway. Walk among the giants on Stout Memorial Grove and the Lady Bird Johnson Grove. The biggest con is the remoteness and the weather. This place is way up there, a long drive from any major city. Do not trust your phone's GPS. Cell service in this remote region is extremely limited to non-existent, and GPS navigation is notoriously unreliable. Next is the weird and wonderful world of Joshua Tree. This isn't just a park, it's where the Mojave and Colorado deserts crash into each other, creating a landscape of spiky, Seussian trees and giant piles of climbable boulders. The vibe is cosmic playground. By day, you're scrambling over warm granite boulders like a kid. By night, you're staring up at one of the most brilliant night skies you've ever seen. It's an official international dark sky park. The Jumbo Rocks Campground is the park's largest and one of its most popular, and for good reason. Its 124 sites are nestled among the namesake giant boulders, creating natural privacy and a feeling of being in a geological playground. And the Hidden Valley Campground is a legendary spot in the rock climbing world. This smaller, first-come, first-served campground, nabbing one of its 44 sites, is considered a badge of honor. Located in the park's southern section, Cottonwood Spring Campground offers a different experience. It's at a lower elevation, lacks Joshua trees, but has the darkest skies in the park. Take the easy 1.2-mile nature trail to see Arch Rock and the nearby Heart Rock. Walk the short loop through the Cholla Cactus Garden, especially at sunrise or sunset. Scramble through the narrow passages of the Hall of Horrors. For a panoramic view of the Coachella Valley and the Salton Sea, drive up to Keys View. The major con is the reservation nightmare, and if you do get a spot, almost none of the campgrounds have water. Water is life, and you must bring your own. Our runner-up is the undisputed king of the California road trip, Big Sur. It's that rugged, 90-mile stretch of coastline where the mountains plunge dramatically into the turquoise Pacific. It's home to iconic views like Bixby Bridge and McWay Falls. And camping here means choosing between sleeping under giant redwoods or on a bluff overlooking the ocean. The vibe is epic and untamed. Driving Highway 1 here feels like you're on the edge of the continent. The Kirk Creek Campground is one of the most coveted campgrounds in California for one simple reason: its location. Situated within the Los Padres National Forest, its sites are spread across an open, grassy bluff directly overlooking the Pacific Ocean, offering panoramic, unobstructed views from nearly every spot. But the million-dollar sunsets make it an unforgettable experience. And the Pfeiffer Big Sur State Park is often called the mini Yosemite of the coast. Its large campground is nestled in a valley floor under a canopy of majestic redwoods, with the Big Sur River running through it. But the Limekiln State Park provides a unique combination of Big Sur's two defining environments. The campground is tucked into a steep, redwood-filled canyon alongside Limekiln Creek, but it's just a short walk from a secluded beach and cove. The number one con is the sheer, soul-crushing difficulty of getting a campsite. Big Sur camping is arguably the most competitive in the entire state. Highway 1 is your lifeline and your biggest liability. The most crucial piece of advice is to always check the Caltrans road conditions map before you leave home. Showing up for your reserved campsite only to find the road is closed 10 miles away is a devastating and entirely avoidable mistake. And at number 1, was there ever any doubt? It's Yosemite. It is the alpha and the omega of California camping. The sheer scale of Yosemite Valley, the granite walls of El Capitan and Half Dome, the thunder of Yosemite Falls, is something that changes you. It is, without exaggeration, one of the most beautiful places on Earth, and camping on the valley floor is a bucket list experience. The vibe is pilgrimage. Being in Yosemite Valley feels like you're in the center of the universe for nature lovers. It's international, it's bustling, it's alive. You hear a dozen languages on the trails. This region is home to some of the most famous national parks in the world and offers camping experiences. The Pines Campground's upper, lower, and north are the most sought-after sites in the park, offering unparalleled convenience. Situated on the valley floor, they provide direct access to trailheads for the Mist Trail and Yosemite Falls, as well as amenities like flush toilets and shuttle bus service. And the biggest cons are the crowds in Yosemite Valley. It is a zoo. A beautiful, majestic zoo, but a zoo nonetheless. Perched at an elevation of 8,600 feet, Tuolumne Meadows Campground is the antidote to the valley's crowds, with access to pristine lakes, granite domes, and vast meadows. In the valley, hike the legendary Mist Trail to Vernal and Nevada Falls, rent a bike to cruise the 12 miles of paved paths, and take in the iconic view from Tunnel View. In the high country, drive the scenic Tioga Road, swim or paddle in the crystal-clear Tenaya Lake, and hike to alpine destinations like Cathedral Lakes. In the southern part of the park, don't miss the chance to walk among the giants in the Mariposa Grove of giant sequoias. Mastering the reservation system is non-negotiable. Most Yosemite campsites become available 5 months in advance on the 15th of each month at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on recreation.gov and sell out in minutes. I asked a bear in Yosemite for camping advice. He said, just the bare necessities. So there you have it. The truth is, the best camping spot in California is the one that fits you. Every spot has its magic, and every spot has its price. The real adventure is getting out there and finding yours. Thanks for watching. Now get outside.